You probably have seen this story. Recently, my fitness pal acquired an app called Cal.AI. You take a picture of the food and it tells you calories. It's a very simple concept. And the app itself was built by two teenagers. And it made $40 million in revenue in the past year. Now, the internet had very predictable reaction. People were saying, I could build this in a weekend, or it's just a wrapper around ChatGPT, Vision API, or why would anybody pay for this? And on a theoretical level, they're not wrong. You probably could build a software in a weekend that could do all of those things. Now, the question is, if software is easy to build, why did it sell for millions of dollars? Why didn't my fitness pal just build it itself? And I think it's a very interesting question than most people realize, because it forces you to confront something uncomfortable about this whole vibe coding narrative. Everybody's talking about how easy it is to build software. And it has become easy, no doubt about that. But I think they are confusing two different things here. One is building software, and the second thing is building businesses. So today I want to unpack this. We're going to look at the Cal.AI story. We're going to also look at the vibe coding gold rush. I also want to touch upon whether enterprise software or SaaS is dead, and where the software actually matters and where it does not matter anymore. And I'm going to make an argument that might annoy some people. And the argument is that the moat is no longer about building software. It's knowing what to build and how to get it in front of people. Now, if you think about Cal.AI, it was launched back in May 2024. Both of the co-founders were in high school. The concept itself is dead simple. You take a picture of your food. The app estimates calories and macros using AI. And the thing is, like, it's not a unique idea at all. My fitness pal already does that at some level. But here's the thing. None of this is what made this a $40 million business. The technical work definitely mattered, but I don't think that's why my fitness pal wrote the check to Cal.AI. Now, what I think made Cal.AI a $40 million business is not the software. It's the distribution engine. They were actually spending more than $700,000 a month advertising and marketing. They were running performance ads on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And they have a network of fitness and wellness influencers. They themselves operated 12 different TikTok accounts. And one of the co-founders actually said that the growth can largely be attributed to paid acquisition, not word of mouth. So you could easily replicate the software and probably the UI, but the distribution engine is what made it really interesting acquisition for my fitness pal. Some people take this even further. They say SaaS is dead. Why pay for Monday.com or Workday when I can build my own version? This fundamentally misunderstands what enterprise SaaS is. When a company pay for something like Workday, they are not paying for the features. They are paying for the system of record. They are paying for the data integrity, the compliance certificates that come with it, the SLAs, the integration ecosystem connecting to 100 of other tools. The thing is, you can easily clone the interface of something like Monday.com. The problem is you can't clone the trust layer that makes enterprise sign six-figure contracts. Now, if you're a small team, the calculus is very different. Maybe you only need 3 of Workday's features and you are paying for 100 that you never touch. In that case, building a lightweight internal tool that does 80% or 90% of what you need at 5% of the cost is a legitimate win. But you actually need to consider some other things as well. And one of them is maintenance. So think about this. What updates or who updates it when the API changes? If something goes wrong, who is the one that is going to be fixing it? You need to think about the ROI math is not building cost versus subscription cost. It's build cost versus ongoing maintenance plus your time versus a subscription where someone else is handling all of that. So you need to do the actual mathematics before you decide. Now, in the last few minutes, I have tried to explain what vibe coding does not solve. But let me tell you where I think it legitimately or genuinely shines. Because there is a use case that I think is undersold. This is what I called personal software, single-use software or tools that are built for the audience of one, which is you, or a very small team. So let's say if you want to build a version of Cal.AI for yourself, or you need a custom dashboard that puts data from, say, multiple APIs that you use at work, you are basically building these one-off tools that probably nobody else use in the enterprise. In these cases, there are no customers to worry about, no maintenance burden that matters. You don't have any security concerns beyond your own machines, probably not scaling to thousands of users, and you're not really worried about retention metrics. You basically build the software, use it yourself, or maybe for a small team. This is the actual revolution, I think, which is happening, and it's real. Now, the ability for any individual to build custom software for their specific need is genuinely transformative. The problem with the discourse is that people keep conflating this with building businesses. And those are fundamentally different activities. So let me try to bring all of this together, because I think the picture is actually pretty clear when you separate different layers. Let's divide this into 3 different layers. So layer 1 is going to be enterprise. Now here, the moat is trust, data integrity, compliance, and ecosystem. The thing is, you can easily clone the UI, but the problem is you can't clone the system of record. So these companies are going to be largely safe from this vibe coding disruption at the moment. Now, layer 2 is building a business or a startup. So you can build the product easily, but the real value is distribution, customer acquisition, retention, and knowing what exactly to build. If you go back to the example of Cal.AI, the $40 million ARR did not come from the code. It came from the $700,000 per month marketing engine. Now, layer 3 is what we would call personal software. This is where vibe coding genuinely shines. You're not worried about customers or no maintenance, or maybe you have customers but at a relatively small scale. And this is, I think, the real revolution. Now, in my opinion, the thing everybody is getting wrong is they keep treating these as the same conversation. In my humble opinion, they are not. So software got commoditized, and I would say that the moat has not disappeared. It has simply moved from can you build this to do you know what to build, how to build it, who to build it for, and how to get it in front of people. You probably have seen these I cloned Uber in 10 minutes tutorials on YouTube. And they are not wrong, right? They are just answering the question nobody in business is actually asking. The reality is that they did not clone Uber. They just cloned Uber's interface. Uber is a logistic company that has a network of drivers, regulatory relationships, and mapping infrastructure, which is not present in this vibe-coded UI that you built. So next time, if somebody tells you they can build any app in a weekend, I would believe them because software is easy now. But the main question is, now what? That's where the actual work starts. Do let me know your thoughts on this topic. Anyways, I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching. And as always, see you in the next one.